Hello, it's John. I'm trying out my new microphone. Patch is doing a wee, as he often does. I'd like to talk to you today about burnout. So, what is burnout? Well, I feel like lots of people have lots of different definitions about burnout and what it means in their lives. And a lot of people aren't aware of what it is. I would describe it as a state of disconnect between the mind and body, where at some point the mind and the body aren't getting on very well, and that the body ends up in a situation being very tired, very exhausted, drained, and has often been in fight or flight mode for days, weeks, months, years, decades. So always, battling for the next, heartbeats, breath, just to get through the minute, the hour, the day. And it's exhausting for the body, right? Our bodies end up manifesting all kinds of, conditions, disorders, diseases as a result. And as a result of that, what happens is that our bodies can become in a situation where they kind of have a mutiny. So often what our bodies will do is we might end up having an accident or an illness or some way that will break us out of the cycle of burnout. And it can include a whole wide range of things. In my life, I got to this stage, certainly in my corporate career, 26 years in software engineering, and the last 8 years of it was in Amazon for 8 years. The feelings I had was just, I was drinking a lot of coffee. I'd wake up each morning, I'd have back-to-back meetings all day. I would cram in as much as I could in every day, and I would work. I would just give my body a hard time. I would look at my body, I'd look at my face and my body in the mirror each morning, and I'm like, come on, old man, you can do it. Keep going. We've got to get through today. We've got to earn money, got to support my family, and I would just keep pushing. It also included, I did have some good things like a daily regular exercise, and running each morning and things, but it was always like never stopping. And some of the symptoms I'd experienced were feeling like really drained. Like as soon as I stopped, I'd kind of collapse. I'd just be like instantly falling asleep, napping. My weekends were entirely for recovery. And it got to the stage that I knew I could feel my body like about to mutiny. Like my body's saying, I'm warning you. Like if you keep going, we're gonna stop. I'm gonna stop you. And I knew what was likely gonna happen is I was gonna go off sick with, for weeks or months with some pretty nasty condition. I didn't really know what that might be, but I can only imagine. So I remember saying to my wife, like, something's got to give, like I've got to change something. And so my way out of it was I then started, I applied to go part-time, which I did. I went from 5 days to 3 days a week. And that was a huge help. But what it did do, and I did that for 2 years before I finally left and then started my own business as psychic spiritual mentor. A year ago. But in that journey of the 2 years part-time, it was definitely a roller coaster. It was almost like a roller coaster of being working through really tough 3 days, often working 30-40 hours, well, often 40 hours in just 3 days, and then the other 4 days were recovery. But very interestingly, my body wasn't out of fight or flight. My body hadn't stepped down from this fight or flight moment. So fight or flight is really when your body feels that there's some sort of imminent attack, like you're being attacked by a wild animal, and your adrenaline increases, your adrenal glands start pumping, and all aspects of your body become heightened and in alert. And it's often about pushing and doing, not a feeling of lying back and receiving. And that's the thing you miss out on, right? So that was a big thing for me, was learning how to encourage my body to come out of burnout, to come out of fight or flight. And I would say the practices that have really helped me so far is, first of all, daily conversations with my heart, with my body. And I have this conversation, so my morning conversation with my body, as you heard, it used to be, come on, old man, like, you can do it, do more today. And instead of that, it's now, I love you, body, I love you, heart, we're safe now. What can I do today to show you that I love you? What can I do today, heart, to show you that we're safe? What can I do today to help bring us out of this fight or flight survival mode? And now what happens is, instead of looking at a calendar that's just full back to back of stuff, I ask my heart, I look at my daily calendar now and I say, because self-care days aren't just one day a month or one day a year, they're every day. Every day is a self-care day. Every day is an opportunity for self-love and self-care. So that's what I do. I look at my calendar and I just ask myself, how does all this feel? What do I need to move, to move out the way to feel more harmonious in my body and my health today? And then also, what do I need to do to work through this, how I'm feeling, if my body's feeling drained. Just like I also adjust my exercise routine. So, instead of doing running, yoga, gym, meditation, and some weights, I would just slim it down to maybe just a morning run if I was feeling drained, or if I, in more extreme circumstances, completely skip it. And I also look at my calendar and I would shift, anything, especially any administration that can wait, anything that I know that doesn't really need to be done today, I can do it anytime. And likely I'll do it better and faster and to a higher quality when I feel better. Also, there's perfect times for when I want to develop my training course. I'm currently working on my Higher Self Advanced training course, and I know that I need space and time around those days when I'm creating it. I need to be in a happy, healthy state, and it helps me access higher aspects of myself and my guides, and really channel in, download these wisdoms and practices and knowings. So that's also a big part of the journey. And then, I know people, including myself, and to some extent I was also coming back out of a cycle of survival mode after having hundreds of client bookings, which is a wonderful problem to have, through November to March was mainly the intensive part, and then some reduced intensity in April. And now that we're in May, it's definitely much more manageable. And yes, I am accepting more bookings. You can book me in, is it August or September? I think it's, September. But yeah, I've definitely just continued to refine through those daily conversations, refine my work-life pattern, creating greater gaps. So often it's, one piece of advice I'd have is, for example, this weekend, my last client session was Friday morning, and now it will be, and then the following one is the Monday. So that gives me a lot of space and time. It gives me all of, had most of Friday off, right? I was just doing chores and went out for lunch with the family and had a lovely relaxing time. And then for today is, I just did my song and meditation, and then a few other things. And so it's like having space where you can allow yourself to, one key thing I find is be bored. And I can probably do a much more kind of structured chat about these things to look out for, but in this unstructured flow, one aspect is, if you ever struggle with being bored, if you ever struggle with sitting around and doing nothing for a while, it can often be because your body's in fight or flight. Like it's in survival mode. It wants to know when is the next threat, when is the next thing it needs to act on, and you can often go through like deep bouts of sleep in between, right, to recover. So paying attention to that, like yesterday I battled through. I think I got home about 3 p.m. after our family lunch. I napped for an hour and a half, and then I sat on the sofa and I did some chores and some cooking and had a little bit of time in the garden, but largely doing nothing until I went to bed at about 10:30. And there was times I really wanted to do things. I wanted to build something or do some wiring at my camper van. It's like, no, I have to go through this experience of feeling bored, feeling like, oh, I don't really know what I'll do next, because then it's a great way of checking on really how you're feeling. Are the things that you're going to have to really work on, and also listen to your body throughout that journey as well is a great way of doing things, and just asking the question how you're feeling. Morning. So yeah, I would definitely recommend just paying attention to your body and asking, am I in fight or flight mode? Am I struggling physically? What are your symptoms? Perhaps you'd like to share, if any of this resonates with you, share it in the comments. And tomorrow, I'd love to, tomorrow Monday, so Sunday, Monday, I will create a guided meditation to take our bodies through, first of all, identifying whether you're in fight or flight survival mode, and then helping encourage your body to talk to you about how you're really feeling, and then to work with your body to help you, nurture your body and come out of that. So yeah, I hope this all worked, because I don't know, I've never used this microphone before. It's the first stereo wired microphone I've used on my Canon PowerShot V10. It's also the first time I've wandered around others with my my hand out like this. I don't have it on a tripod. I'm just holding out the camera at an angle, so it looks quite funny to watch. It very much looks like I'm vlogging. So there we go. I just thought I'd share that. Anyway, I hope you have a beautiful weekend. And from Patch and I, Patch is already hot. My next job is to go and tidy our garage, because we're getting solar panels installed during the week, so we need space for the electrics and our battery. Anyway, hope you're doing well. Sending so much love. Take care.